Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you the basic of using Python with Flask to create a simple website. The plan for this video. We will start by installing Python and setting up Visual Studio Code. After that, I will demonstrate how to create a basic Python program. Then, we will use Flask together with HTML and CSS to build a simple web application. This is perfect for beginners who want to learn web development using Python. Let's get started. First, we need to download the version of Python that we will use. Then type Python download. Then download the latest version. This is for Windows. Open the folder and install it. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Then open the command prompt. Type Python version. Then we'll see the version of my Python. Next, we also need to download VS Code. Type VS Code and choose Visual Studio Code. Select Windows, then download it. After downloading, open the file and install the application. Click I accept the agreement, just click Next until you see the install button. Wait for the installation to finish. Then press the Finish button. Next, open the VS Code application and create a folder. I will name it Flask Introduction, then click Select. Then go to the terminal, then click the new terminal. Type pip install virtual env. Next, type pip install Flask. Then is type Python mvenv and env. For activation, type env script activate. Next, type pip install Flask SQL Alchemy for the database. Inside the folder, create a file and name it app.py. Now, let's start coding. Type from Flask import Flask. This is import the Flask class from the Flask library. Next is app equals Flask open and close parenthesis name. We create a Flask application instance name helps Flask now where the app is located. Next is app.root. Define the root for the home page. Next is def index. Function that runs when the home page is accessed. Next is return hello world. This sends a response to a browser. Display the text. If name double equals main. This is mean check if this file is being run directly. Next is app.run. Debug is equals true. This is start the Flash server. Debugs equals true. Enables auto reload and shows errors. After running the program, go to your web browser. Then type the URL or local address shown in the terminal. After that, you will see the output of your Flash application. Now, we will create a simple program using HTML and CSS. HTML will be used to structure the content of the website, while CSS will be used to design and style it. Now, let's start building our simple web page. Now, let me explain the Python Flask code. First, we import the Flask and render template from the Flask module. Flask is used to create the web application, while render template is used to display HTML files. Next is, we create an app by writing app is equal to Flask name. This is initialize our Flask application. Then, we use app.root to define the homepage of our website. This means that when we open the main URL, it will go to this function. Next is, inside the function home, we return render template index.html. This will display the index.html file on the browser. Lastly, if name is equals to main, means the program will run only when we execute this file directly. Inside the function home, we return render template or the index.html. Will display the index.html file on the browser. After creating the app.file, we will now create the folders and files needed to our Flask project. First, create a folder named templates. Inside this folder, create a file called index.html. This is where we will put our HTML code. Next, create another folder named static. Inside the static folder, create a file called style.css. This is where we will put our CSS design. Now, let me explain the HTML code for our website. First, we start with which tells the browser that we are using HTML. Next, inside the tag, we have the section. Here we set the title of webpage as My Plus Website. We also link our CSS file used in plus URL for function. This connects our styles.css file from the static folder to design our web page. Then, inside we create a container using with a class name container. This helps us organize and style the content. Inside the container, we add a heading that displays welcome, a paragraph that says, "This is my Flash website," and a button labeled "Click Me." This is a basic structure of our web page using HTML, and we will use CSS to make it look better. Now let me explain the CSS code used to design our website. Start the body, insert a margin which is 0, font family, background is linear gradient to right. This is used to style the whole web page. It removes the default margin, sets the font style, and adds a gradient background color. Next is container. Input text align center, margin top 100 px, color white. This is used to center the content, add space from the top, and set the color to white. Next is H1, font size 50 px. This is used to make the heading bigger and more visible. Next is button. We insert a padding 10 px and 20 px. Border none. Background is white and color is hash 333. Font size of 16 px and cursor is pointer. Border radius is 5 px. This is used to style the button by adding space inside it, removing the border, and setting colors, making it clickable and giving it a rounded corner. After coding our app.py with the HTML and CSS, open your terminal and type Python app.py. Press enter and you will see the Plus server has started, usually showing something like running on HTTP 127.0.0.1 and 5000. Now open your browser, type that URL or localhost and refresh the page, and just like that your website is live and running, showing the output of the code you just created. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss my future videos. Keep coding, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one.